Good morning. Welcome to another episode on the Regal Change account. I was thinking this morning about some comments that I've seen recently on some of my videos and just online in general, and hearing the kinds of conversations that I hear out and about. And it seems to me like the men have just completely overdosed on the red pill for those that are in the red pill and taking the red pill. And on the flip side, too many dudes out here are unlikable, weird, and they romanticize failure. They romanticize women way too much as well. And I want to be able to provide a unique outlook on how to remedy these kinds of things, because I don't think it's fair for anybody to critique somebody and not provide a solution or another alternative. So my alternative is this: be at ease with existence. Give freedom to people. You know what's amazing is how love is only really true and genuine when it's open. It's an open palm. You know, the person can go or they can stay. And it just seems to me that people don't know how to love. You know, it's like, there's a song by the Beatles, and the lyrics, it's "My guitar gently weeps," right? And the lyrics go something like, "Did nobody tell you how to unfold your love?" Many guys and dudes out here don't know how to unfold their love. They're so focused on the anxiousness of the world and the bitterness that they've had with women and such. Because don't get me wrong, it is pretty rough for a lot of men out there, and it's not necessarily a fun time to be in the dating market. But being bitter and hyper black pill or hyper red pill, that's really not the answer too. I saw somebody this morning, a new comment on one of my recent videos that said having like hope in God was the worst decision I've ever made. And this person was clearly bitter about life. And I feel sorry for these kinds of people, because I do know what it's like. I do know what it's like to feel like God isn't there, that God isn't listening to you, that God doesn't care about your wants or your needs or anything like that. And when I was in college, I even cursed God because of the cards that I was dealt. I thought, God, if I'm supposed to do something with my life, how am I supposed to play these cards? This is not a winning hand. What am I supposed to do here, God? I can't win with this. Yeah, but that's what the devil wanted me to think. That's what the enemy wanted me to believe, is I don't have a winnable hand. So then we romanticize failure. We almost get obsessed with failure. You know, for so long, growing up, I thought I was afraid of failure. I thought I was afraid of putting myself out there to be seen for the world and just rejected utterly. When I know that I'm a very likable person, I know that I'm a very calm, cool, collected kind of guy. However, I know that some of my ideas and my thoughts, if I were to express those truly, would piss a lot of people off. Because I'm not here to tickle anybody's ears. I'm not here to speak platitudes of jolliness. but I want you to rejoice in the truth. Rejoice in the truth and let it free you, man. Like, this is the key understanding here that is most pertinent to living a more fulfilled life. And when I cursed God, I was just simply bitter about life. I didn't think I could win because I didn't believe I could. And it was only when I thought to myself, you know what? Come hell or high water, I'm going to aim to be a winner. When I was fat and depressed and anxious and all these things, I had social anxiety, you name it, man. I was, that was it. I was fat. This was about 4 or 5 years ago now, 4.5 years ago maybe. And I remember playing Fortnite, the video game, and I was eating pizza and ice cream, and I had lost one of these Fortnite games. I was so close, I got second place. I was so pissed, and I noticed how upset I got, like how emotional I was at pixels on the screen. And I thought to myself, well, I could keep being a loser and playing video games and eating pizza and ice cream, or I could start aiming to be a winner and start doing push-ups. So I threw away the pizza and I threw away the ice cream at the time, and I started doing push-ups. You have to start to choose to be a winner. If you want to be a winner, you have to choose to be. If you want to manifest a positive relationship in your life, you yourself have to be positive. Who the do you think is going to want to be around somebody that's freaking bitter and unlikable? Soft skills and balls need to make a comeback. Grow some balls by taking accountability for your life. If you don't know how to grow your balls or locate your balls, that's how you do it. You take responsibility. And you know what's crazy is, even if you make mistakes, God's going to see that you're trying. God will reward you for trying and putting in effort. You don't need to be these weird dudes. Man, I think I just got a mosquito bite. You don't need to be like these weird dudes, just doing anything and everything to try to get people's attention. You know what's impressive and you know what's awesome? You start becoming awesome and impressive when you stop trying to be. When you just are who you are. And, oh, that's definitely a mosquito bite. That's okay. The bloodsuckers are pissed. Like, too many energy vampires out here are like these dudes are just energy vampires. They're the simp gremlins and the energy vampires that worship the pink palace and are depleted coomers. That's all that they are. And yet they think that, like, this is also so funny, right? You know, I've had some people tell me how handsome of a man I am, and then I have other people tell me that I'm one of the ugliest people that they've ever seen. And there's this one guy that sent me a message in a DM. He said, "I don't believe anything about you getting all these women because you're too ugly." Okay. Do you like, who in their right mind has the time to say that to somebody? Like, even if you don't believe it, you putting in the time and the effort, like, go make your own YouTube videos or something. Then go make your own channel. Go make your own X account. Go tell people how it really is supposed to be. So many people are just they're ready to critique, and they're ready to call out people without even having an understanding of what they're really saying and what they're really doing with their life. It's really just sad. It's just sad. And you know what? I don't need to prove anything to any of these anonymous people. Have you ever noticed that it's always the anonymous people that are online that seem to think that they know everything? I know for a fact I don't know everything. And this is one of the other reasons why I'm likable and they're not. I know I don't know everything, but what I do know, I know. And I'm going to talk about what I'm having an expertise on. I'm not... My niche is spirituality and merging and revolutionizing psychology and spirituality. That's my niche. My niche is not economics. I'm not a finance guru or anything like that. Now, do I have an understanding of certain things? Yeah, but I'm not going to tell you how to live your life financially. I might have a few tips that helped me along the way, that at least knowing what not to do, because I know what not to do with finances more than I know what to do with finances. I will say that. But that's an increase of knowledge anyway. Dang, the mosquitoes are really pissed off today. But I'm not gonna pretend to know I know things about finance that I don't. I'm not gonna pretend to know things about politics that I don't. I'm not gonna pretend to know things about, chemistry that I don't. So many of these anonymous people out here, their life is so bitter and they're so filled with resentment, and they don't have any love for people or themselves, and then they wonder why life is just so terrible. And it's like, I struggle to know how to help these retards, man. I struggle to know how to help these people because I want to help, but at the same time, I know that if I pour from my overflowing cup into somebody else's, but it has a hole in the bottom, they're not even trying to repair it. They're not even trying to put some duct tape on the bottom to keep the water in or whatever. Then it's just going to be meaningless. It's just going to be like a black hole. And so many people have their vessel is, a lot of these dudes out here specifically are just so weird, and they're pocket watching and they're envious of your energy. Life doesn't need to be so dang complicated. I think the reason that we've made life so complex nowadays is because we have the freedom to. We don't have to worry about going to hunt. If these men were more worried about having to find food than they were about trying to call out a person for how many women they get, it's like, man, life would be so much different. But no, you can just go to, these simp gremlins can just go to the store and pick up their Hot Pockets and then go home, make it in the microwave and call it good, and they think that they've done something with their day. It's just funny, man. The key to being likable and having charisma is being able to show love and appreciation. We're talking about this in the Prince right now. In the Prince class series in the Regal Change Academy, one of the first things that we wanted to talk about was how being likable can change the trajectory of how you get power and influence. It's just the way that it is. Soft skills are so important. If you don't know how to talk to people appropriately, if you don't know how to talk to people like they are people, and you can't relate to people, how do you expect to make an impression on others? One of the reasons why I'm so likable and why so many people also hate me is because I'm personable. I'm just a guy. I know I am. I'm just a vessel for God that's trying to do what he knows best to help others grow closer to God. And that's by spreading the truth and by giving people a message that maybe they might not like, but they can't ignore it either. So all of this is going to say that this is what I think the solution is to the people that are weird and like just unlikable, man. Stop spreading that kind of energy around you. You're just expediting that energy to radiate around you. But me, I let the splendor of God rain down upon me every day. I let the splendor and the radiance of God emanate from me. Like, you're meant to be somebody more than this. You're meant to do more than this. All right? So with all that being said, I hope this message was useful and insightful. I am offering a free Godlike Mastery Initiation class next Saturday, June 7th at 2 p.m. Eastern. If you want to sign up, just check out the link in the description box below, or you can go to my YouTube post or my X account, and you'll find the link there to sign up. And be sure to follow the instructions, because I have some instructions to do, so that way I know people are actually serious or not. Because I only want people that are going to be serious for this kind of thing. If I'm offering something free like this, like I would usually do, like in the Regal Change Academy, where we have a paywall, then I want people that are going to be for real. All right? I don't need trolls or anything like that. I don't need the weird, unlikable people showing up. We want an environment where we can have a cultivation of brotherhood or sisterhood and really get at the root of who we are and what we're about here. It's a lot of yapping from the animals today too. Man, it's very interesting, very interesting. The bloodsuckers are out. A lot of noise, but also very peaceful as well. I'm also doing 2 types of one-on-ones recently that I've been asked about. The first one is a general one-on-one, and then the other is the Godlike Mastery Initiation program itself. And that's going to be a 3-month long program in which we go through 3 phases each month. Well, 3 phases in 3 months. The first phase is getting your nutrition and physical fitness on point, your physical health. The second phase is your emotional and intellectual side. And then the third is your spiritual alchemy, to just transmute all of that energy into your spirituality. So those are going to be the types of one-on-ones. The Godlike Mastery Initiation program itself, I'm offering the free class in one way. And then in the other way, I'm offering the actual program itself. And that program is going to be strictly for people that have the finances and the time to do something like this. It's going to be a full upheaval of their life. All right. So with all that being said, I really pray for all of the weird, unlikable dudes out there, because life is so much more meaningful when you're at ease with existence and you can share compassion and love. All right. So with all that being said, peace be with you all, and until next time.